Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so if you're involved with websites at all right now, ADA compliance is probably on your mind. But let's get real for a second. If the plan is basically, oh, I'll just add some alt text, check the box, then you're really not compliant. You're kind of setting yourself up for problems down the line.
Yeah, that's dead on. That's the big myth we need to bust. Accessibility, or ALAVANY as some call it. It's not some feature you just slap on at the end.
Yeah.
It really has to be treated like a core product requirement, systematically. Baked into the code, the design, the content, even QA, right from the start.
Right. Okay. So moving from that sort of quick fix idea to a systematic requirement, let's unpack that.
Right.
Our sources lay out these four essential pillars. They basically say what users with disabilities need to be able to do: perceive, operate, understand, and robust. Is that right?
Exactly. Perceive, operate, understand, and robust. And the details here are, well, they're pretty specific, like perceivable. It's not just, can you read the text? We're talking legal standards. Color contrast ratios, for example. That 4.5 to 1 minimum for standard text, that's not optional. It's a baseline. And, things like alternatives for videos, transcripts, captions, that's crucial too.
Okay, then operable. This sounds like where a lot of sites maybe unintentionally fall down. You need full keyboard navigation, right, 100%. And like a really obvious visual cue when you tab through elements.
Absolutely. That visible focus is key. And the tab order needs to make sense, follow a logical path. And critically, no focus traps. We've all seen them, right? You tab into a modal window or something.
And you can't get out. Yeah. Nightmare for keyboard users.
Okay. Then there's understandable. This feels like it should just be good practice for everyone, honestly.
Plain language, predictable navigation.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And helpful error messages.
Yes. If something goes wrong, like a form submission fails, the site needs to clearly say why it failed and, importantly, how the user can fix it. No generic error occurred messages.
Right. And the last one, robust. That sounds a bit technical. If the others are about user experience, what's robust covering?
Robust is the foundation. It's about the technical guts of the site.
Okay.
It means using semantic HTML correctly, using the right tags for the right job. It also means valid code and proper use of ARIA accessible rich internet applications. This stuff is what makes sure screen readers and other assistive tech, or AT, can actually make sense of the page. It's about building something the AT can parse, understand contextually, not just a jumble of divs.
Got it. So those are the four pillars, the what. Now the tricky part, the who. How do our sources split up the responsibility? Devs, content, marketing. Who does what?
Well, it's definitely shared. It has to be. Developers, for instance, their first priority should be semantic HTML. Use native browser controls like button or input whenever possible. They just work better out of the box. ARIA should only come in when native HTML can't quite handle the complexity, like maybe for really dynamic updates.
Dynamic updates? Like what?
Okay, good example. An ARIA live region. Let's say you add something to a shopping cart. You need that cart updated 3 items announced to a screen reader user immediately without them having to navigate away and check. That's where ARIA comes in handy.
Okay. Makes sense. And what about the content, folks? Marketing? Seems like alt text, but you mentioned more.
Oh yeah, much more. Clear link text is huge. No more click here or read more. The link itself needs to describe the destination.
Yeah.
And aligning the heading structure used for SEO with the accessibility structure, they should match.
Oh.
And yeah, providing alt text, transcripts, captions.
You also mentioned avoiding image-only text. What's that?
Right. If you have, say, a banner image where the important instructions or information are part of the image file itself, well, a screen reader can't read that. So that text needs to be real text or have a proper alternative. It's a common slip-up.
So basically, both teams, dev and content, need to have accessibility built into their definition of done, right? Part of the acceptance criteria before anything ships.
Exactly. It can't be an afterthought.
Okay, so if we agree automated tools like Lighthouse or Axe are helpful, but only catch, like, the easy stuff, the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, maybe 30% of the real issues, if that. They miss context.
Right. So how do we really test against these 4 pillars properly?
It comes down to manual testing. There's no way around it. You absolutely need manual keyboard testing. Get that keyboard out, tab through everything, hunt for those focus traps, check the order. Does it make sense? Can you do everything?
And screen readers.
Essential. Screen reader passes using actual tools like NVDA, JJWS, or VoiceOver. That's the only way to know if things are being announced correctly. Is the context clear? Is that ARIA live region actually working?
And the absolute best way, the gold standard.
User testing. With actual users who have disabilities, watch them try to complete key tasks search, log in, buy something. That's your ultimate reality check. Does it actually work for them?
So really, it's not a project you finish. It's
Uh,
it's ongoing, a practice.
Precisely. It needs to be embedded in your workflow. Like designers using pre-approved, compliant color palettes from the start. Devs having linters that flag bad ARIA
And you need some governance too, right? Like keeping things up to date.
Yeah, definitely. Publishing an accessibility statement publicly shows commitment. And then you need a process for tracking bugs, fixing them, and doing regular checks or audits so things don't slide backward. Because they will if you don't watch them.
Okay, wrapping this up then. For everyone listening, here's maybe the key takeaway or something to think about. How often does your team, your developers, your content creators, actually get specific refreshers on these WSEG standards tailored to their role?
Because without that ongoing focused learning, that whole idea of accessibility being a systematic requirement, well, it just drifts back to being that forgotten patch nobody applied.
Something to consider. That's our deep dive for today.